Welcome to P3 Radio.
The monkey only dances as good as the guy grinding the organ handle.
brother.
I fly, bro. That is never stopping.
Truck goes to Dwayne.
Cool story, bro.
Footy pajamas.
Hey, genius, it's 2 p.m. Central.
PG3 Radio.
Here's your host, Josh Riley.
Get him off pig, Freddy.
Get him on big. Richard Mullican.
And as I put you down, my pants ripped.
It's showtime! It's showtime! It's showtime!
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of P3 Radio. I'm Richard Mullican, joined by my co-host, the man whose first job was to tag all the sheep that kicked. He's the 1983 Mr. Dixie Youth Grand Champion and best friend, Josh Brawley. Say, hey, Josh.
Bye, Richard Lee. Have you any wool?
No, sir. Not
even
a half
3
a
bags
dog's
full?
ball sack full.
Your dog ain't even got half a ball
got a
sack
half.
now. How you doing, man?
Doing pretty good. Episode 214. This week has been eventful, to say the least, Josh.
For who?
Our dogs are losing their balls. Going out on dates with my wife, and fucking chimneys are falling off. I felt like Dumb
One
and Dumber.
does not date a wife. You just have to go do shit with your wife.
Your mom's your wife, and I date her.
Whatever.
She said she was out of town that week.
You couldn't even fill a quarter of my old man's shoes or his underwear.
I saw him out mowing the yard this week.
He looked pissed off, didn't he?
He was push mowing, and I was sitting there like,
The reason he looked pissed off because he was like, "God damn, that yard looking good, boy."
was it? He gets pissed off at his own good work.
I don't know. He's always pissed off.
But no, I waved at him. I don't think he knew who I was.
Who the fuck is that son of a bitch?
In that Kia. Who drives a Kia? I feel like he wouldn't like me if he knew I drove a Kia now.
Probably not.
I don't know why. It just seems like a car that doesn't have a lot of respect in that man's eyes.
Henry Ford fucking roll over in his grave.
That was like my father-in-law. You know, they're cut from the same cloth. My father-in-law and your dad.
Only
And
two type of men drive Kias.
both of them be derogatory.
I ain't gonna tell you either one of them.
I wish I still had the bleeps and bleeps. It's the only people that drive them are bleeps and bleeps. The first 5 minutes after my father-in-law saw my car, he's like, "That's nice. You know, Kias used to be shit cars." That's like the second thing he said. He goes, "I guess they're doing all right now." He never took it back. Kias used to be real shit cars. But it's got a lot of room in there.
That's great.
No,
Damn, I didn't know Judy was getting a new car.
right.
What'd you need another one for?
Why didn't, I'm surprised she didn't want a pink one.
Damn, you ain't getting a truck, Richard?
Yeah, my wife would want a truck. But like I said before,
Be a moving company.
you get a truck, and you might as well slap a U-Haul sticker on that sumbitch because you're going to be moving some shit for somebody. In fact,
A lot of times it's you moving shit for your wife. So you got a truck. There's this curio cabinet out in fucking Cedar Grove I've been
Yeah.
wanting to get.
I had a friend. Yeah, I had a friend tell me that I was right on the money. I don't want to name him by name because, like I said, I don't know if he wanted me to mention this, but he said that when he had a truck, that was what it became, like help friends move. And it wasn't like load up shit in my truck. It was, oh, now you're here, help me box the shit up and load it in your truck. And he's like, it happened. So it was like, yeah, no, that would be the way it is. You know, we got this beautiful grand piano. You get the extended cab. We can fit it right in your truck.
I've got roped into moving a fucking piano one time.
Yeah.
That's all I needed.
We ain't going far, just Alaska. You got your passport, right? Because we got to go through Canada to get there.
Well, no, you become part of moving it out of said place that it's going from.
Yeah.
And then moving it into the new one. So you move a piano twice.
Twice, yeah.
No.
And chances are they're probably going to be like in an apartment or something. We're going to have to turn this sumbitch sideways
He
and get
lives
it through
on the
this
fifth
door.
floor. We can't go through the elevator. We're going to have to figure out something. He really wants that piano.
Well,
Where's he at? He's at work right now. Well, fuck him.
Yeah. Well, that piano's just gotten broken during the move. No, it's right there. You just see you with a sledgehammer doing like, what was that Misery movie where you're just taking out the legs?
Oh, yeah. Good shit.
Yeah.
Good shit.
But no, man, my dog was neutered. Like, honestly,
Well, you've been doing countdown to extinction of the nuts, like, for the last 2 weeks.
he hasn't pissed in the house.
I wouldn't either, hell. You do that to me, I'll fucking serve you breakfast in bed every morning.
What was that Nate Dogg and Warren G? I looked at the brother, said, damn, what's next? Yeah.
He probably thought he's going to be he's like one step away from being one of them little dogs with the wheel things in the back of it, you know, when they lose their little legs.
Yeah.
And they'll make them little carts for them.
Right. I will say this. Now, I have joined my daughter as being someone else in this house that has been concerned with my dog's reproductive organ. I was so worried about that little fucker, like, Monday. You know what I mean? Like,
I could see.
I mean, I was nervous about it. Like, first off, like, my wife said that when she dropped him off at the vet, you know, to get it done, said
Oh, she just dropped him off. Didn't even go in with him.
there's
Slid the crate in the open front door.
like a
Here's
like
his-
a blockbuster rental
Here's
return.
this big dick son of a bitch. Chop his balls off.
But she said no. She took him by there, and you know she had to drop. Was she gonna hold his hand while they do it?
At least walk him in.
She did.
See you, doc.
She did. She
Give
did.
him
She did
sugar.
all of that.
Give him a treat. I'm sorry. Whisper in his ear. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
But she didn't care as much as like I did. She just kept telling me, "It's not your balls getting cut off," and I was like, "Yeah, you did that long ago." But chopped him right off. Can we at least keep mine where we keep his? Anyways. I listened to episode 214, you son of a bitch. I don't know why.
She's grabbing your balls as she's saying it.
Yeah. What are you doing with these things on?
I didn't tell you to get these out of the closet, motherfucker.
Go put them back in my purse. No, she was like, "It ain't your balls that are getting cut off," and she said she had a little...
a fucking man's balls. It's like, you know how women,
Yeah.
their pussies are all like coated within each other. They
They sync up whenever
Yeah,
they're around
you know
each
what I
other
mean?
like Bluetooth.
It's some kind of weird shit going on with everything that's got a pussy. I think it could be that same deal with balls. You're like, damn, he got hit in the nose. That
Yeah.
sucked.
The only time you will care about somebody else's balls is when they say they're going to take them off. I mean, otherwise you wouldn't care anything about my balls.
But if you got any man that sees another man get hit in them,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
anything is like, oh god damn.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like that motherfucker, but damn, I wish that didn't happen to you. Oh, that hurt.
But it is like, man, I just, you know, Sunday night, because we were taking him on Monday morning, I was like, Sunday night, are we doing the right thing here? Are we overreacting? And my wife said when she took him in and told her, like, you know, the women and nurses that worked there, like, Richard's having a hard time with this. And, like, one of the ones was like, my husband did too when we were talking about bringing him in. Like, men and their balls, am I right? It's like, really? No, this is a big deal. So all day Sunday afternoon and night, he humped the shit out of that pillow. Like he was never going to love it again.
Somehow, like, he knew.
He knew. And I sent you a pic that I didn't take, by the way. I want you to think I'm taking pictures of my dog's pecker just out further than his leg.
What, do you have a fucking selfie stick? How
No,
did it get took?
my whole wife took it. And she was like, good Lord, look at this. I was like, I ain't looking. And she snapped a picture and texted it to me.
Oh, God.
And he was laying on his side. He might as well have been smoking a cigarette. Because, I mean, like, when I'm talking about, like, he was hate fucking that pillow. Like, just, like, usually he would roll it up and hold it. This time his hands were on the
cage.
the crate, the plastic crate.
He was prison fucking it.
And you could hear, like, every thrust, the scratching of nails as he was just laying into this poor little dog bed that we had to wash before he came back. So,
Does dog semen come out of the pillows? Like,
yeah.
easily?
Yeah.
Or?
Oh, I don't know. Definitely seems
Still
like
crusted.
something
Looks
that
like a damn glazed donut coming out of
Mama's
that
got the
fucking-
magic of Clorox.
Now with dog semen busting power.
The little scrubbing bubbles, like from they're just getting taken out by dog.
It gets close
spunk.
to it. There's like running away like a Pac-Man.
But yeah, we had to clean his bed and everything. But we gave him one last night of passion. Sprinkled some dough and heat urine on his pillar.
Well, I seen that picture that you're talking about, and dude,
Longer than his foot.
yeah, that's
Longer than his back leg.
he's laying down sideways,
Like in a Playgirl pose. Like the Shawn Michaels.
and that lipstick was longer than both his back legs. Like, what the fuck, dude?
I'm telling you. It's almost a waist, right? It's almost a waist.
Like, there has to be a market for this somewhere, right? Are we doing the right thing here?
I mean, all I'm saying is Tijuana's the cheapest it's ever been to get to. We won't even have to buy a ticket for him.
Oh shit!
No, man. So we
That
took
has to just think about that though. Dick longer than one of your fucking legs, like that has
One
to
of
be
your
a
legs.
that has to be a burden. If
It's
anything,
a burden I'm willing to bear.
he might just be happy right now.
Right. He's
Thank
like,
God all that weight's gone.
Thank God.
I don't got to deal with that anymore.
You know how much it hurt me every time it had to fall out like that?
My little puppy back just couldn't take it.
I've heard it's going to take like 30 days for the testosterone to leave. But here's the funny thing. Because after the ball removal, there's no more testosterone being made.
Obviously.
More people have told me he's going to get fat.
Yeah, little thumb. Like I
Which
told you.
I'm kind of okay with. He's a little. So we got a lot to dig into here. You wouldn't think we would. So Monday morning I got up and I told you he took a rolling brown out. And I was like,
A rolling brown.
A rolling brown out. So I took him out on the leash because usually he'd pee on the puppy pad, but I'm like, no. Let's go outside, just in case you don't come
where
back
you're
from
supposed
this.
to piss when you're a dog.
Just in case you don't come back from this or something. I was sad, man. Monday morning, I was just sad. I was like, anything could happen, So I took him out.
Oh, God, his big old dick just got in the way. We snipped off more of it. Now he's spewing blood everywhere. Call the family in. Get a priest in here and pray for him.
Yeah. He was peeing. I've never seen a dog do this. In the middle of leg up, peeing on the stop sign out here, 3 turds fell out of his ass.
What the hell?
He took a rolling brown out. Just no squatting, just that's where that goes. I've never seen a dog piss and shit at the same time.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
I've never,
It's
it
almost
knew
like
something was happening.
He knew something's weird this
I
morning.
got to do a manly gesture in order to kind of save my nuts. So I felt bad
Well,
for
it
him.
may have just been his back going out.
Yeah,
He
losing control of his
He
bladder.
don't have control of his bowels anymore, and it just all happens at one time now.
So my wife took him in, and he has, those little pointy teeth at the bottom. I think they're called canines. Mm-hmm. The fangs, basically, the bottom fangs. When he was a puppy, the puppy teeth never fell out. They just kind of grew over to the side, and the adult ones just came in. So he had 2 sets of teeth, like Andre the Giant, like down there.
It's like a demon dog.
Yeah. And so when my wife took him, they were like, so she calls me like an hour after he's been there, and she's like, hey, I was going to tell you. I was like, what's wrong? What's wrong? She's like, well, nothing. She was like, but they did some blood work because she's like, I had a checklist of all the things that we could go ahead and just get done while we were there.
Oh, my
Because he
God.
needed a shot. And I'm like, how can he need a shot? We hadn't even
Would
had
they
him
run
a year.
a fucking code test on him, see what all was wrong with him?
Yeah.
So apparently,
But
his
listen-
fibula is messed up. You need to correct that.
So they're like, we're going to do blood work and see if we can get that, figure out what's wrong there.
He's
if there's
going to need a
anything.
back brace.
Yeah.
He's been toting around this burden for a year now.
But we were like, they were like, let's go ahead. If you want to, we can do some blood work on him just to make sure everything's good there. And she was like, yeah, do that. We can, we noticed that he has his puppy teeth in. We're still going to, we'd really like to go ahead and take those out while he's under.
We're going to COVID vaccine him
Yeah.
whenever he's under.
And then they were like, we also, she was like, I saw on the list that we can express his anal glands. And, like a lot of times when dogs are inside, sometimes their anal glands get swollen and will hold
I'm going to
fluid.
tell you something, man. I've never dealt with a dog with an asshole problem.
Really? Just an asshole with a dog problem, you.
No. I don't think you realize what's going on.
Oh,
You're the heel.
Yeah, I'm not. My wife is.
But no.
She
because-
signed up for all this shit.
No, you are like the honky tonk man. You're the heel that won't admit he's a heel and will always be nice to everybody, even though you're the heel.
What did I?
I love it.
I am nice to everybody.
Well, yeah, except for like your servants and everybody else that don't make money
I'm
like you do.
nice to the citizens, the American legal citizens. Am I not?
If you're on Section 8, you're trash to me.
No, I didn't say that. Now.
Anyways,
so my
So
wife
they're
had
gonna
this
like,
checklist.
the
they're
only
going to
thing-
pull his teeth, cut his balls, and bleed his anal glands.
I don't get that. The only thing, seriously, that I've ever had to do with a dog's butthole is
Well, hold up. I don't want to know about
no.
what you've.
You know, we used to have that miniature pincher,
Yeah.
little tiny dog.
Yeah,
Brittany
yeah.
used to. I think it bit you a few times.
No, it didn't bite me. I
Tried
hated that
to.
dog though. Wasn't happy. Wasn't a happy dog.
Just evil.
Yeah.
I mean, she was a sweetie to me, but bastard to anybody else. But either way, she would eat bologna rinds. Like, she'd just eat.
Bandit did the same thing.
And then you know,
Had to pull 'em out of her asshole
Yeah,
like
you got to
anal
reach
beads.
down there and grab that son of a bitch. And
you know how you stop him from doing that? Rip that son of a bitch out like you're starting a lawnmower.
get into the trash one more motherfucking time. Wow!
They make a lawnmower sound. No, Bandit used to do the same thing.
It's like one of them poppets that you had for my birthday that one time.
Yep.
That's what you did. You just
pull
pull that
the
string
string
real
and-
fast, and it pops like a motherfucker on the inside.
That's what Bandit used to do. He used to get into bologna strings. Which how southern are we that we had a problem
With bologna being in
bologna being in the right. He's getting into that south meat. and
Next
shitting
thing,
all
yeah,
over
I
the
was gonna
place.
say the next thing would be like, he getting in that potted meat can again. We done threw away.
That dumb son of a bitch
Cut
eats
his
those
tongue.
pot and meat cans and licks it and cuts his damn tongue off. I hope he cuts his damn tongue off.
So
Shit.
why? What is the deal with fiddling with the butthole though? Like, why are they doing that to the
So
dog?
if you don't, sometimes they can have problems using the bathroom. They
Is this
might
just 'cause
have you
it's
ever
a
seen
small dog?
Have you ever? No, but Carly had it. My Basset Hound.
All right,
The
now
first
that's
time,
a bigger dog.
Yeah, the first time I ever saw it happen, we set Carly down, and they had to basically do your old Carol Burnett finger in the butt.
Ah, no.
And when they did, her front legs locked up, and she was going, "Bird, bird," and I felt so bad, but wanted to laugh at the same time.
And look, this is just like off Dukes of Hazzard. It was a fucking Basset Hound.
yeah, it was so sad. Yeah, it was like Bert. I was like, "Are you saying Bert? Bert, Bert." That's my safe word, Bert.
Yeah, my
so,
dog shits just fine. I don't know what's
Have you
going
ever
on.
seen him rub his ass on the ground or her ass on the ground?
No.
That's when they have an anal gland problem usually, or worms. They drag their.
I was
butt
going
on
to
the
say,
ground.
usually it's worms.
Yeah, well, sometimes it's the anal glands. But anyways, so the funny part about it was, so they get him in, they find out his blood work that they said is some enzyme is really high.
This
They're like,
dog has like triple the amount of testosterone. This dog just be settling in the dick.
Did y'all know he had 7 testicles? This might be why he's been biting you like crazy.
The other 5 was just pushing that fucking lipstick out all the way.
Right. This might have been why you've
There was
noticed.
actually a blood swelling up in there. That's why it looked like that.
You might have noticed when a cool breeze would blow through, his dick would rattle the floor. It was from all the testosterone. But so they tell us his enzymes are high, and they're like, look, we can either do the operation later, or we can go ahead and do it and give him an IV. So add another thing. I looked at my wife because I was like, they are nickel and diming the shit out of us.
Then it got you for like $1,000 at this point.
So they're
right?
going to do an IV on him. It wasn't that bad, honestly. But they're going to do an IV on him. They put the IV in. They do the operation. They pull the teeth. They cut the balls. My wife gets there, and she was like, what about the anal glands? And they were like, well, we forgot about that. So my dog, who's waking up, having needles ripped out of his arm, having a sore mouth and a sore testicular region, testicular region.
I like that. We'll go with that. Testicular.
Has now got somebody mashing on his butthole like it's a pimple. I was like, what a bad Monday. You think your Mondays suck?
Like I said, I wouldn't piss on a damn thing coming home.
So we got him home. Poor little thing was just shaking. So we put a sweater on him, like we have that little sweater that we got for him when we
He
shaved
wasn't
his.
shaking because he was cold. He was shaking out of fear.
And honestly, he does the same reaction when we used to shave him down. Like he'd get like embarrassed. Like he was embarrassed he didn't have nuts or something. And he was like just running. Like he wouldn't sit anywhere but his little mat. Like if he got off his mat, he'd run off and then come back to it. So yeah, he's only been peeing outside. He's pooped. It took him until Thursday morning to poop, from Monday to Thursday.
They got him on doggy pain meds.
They had him on pain meds for 3.5 days.
And that's why.
But yeah, that's why. But they were like, I called him. I was like, hey, he hadn't pooped in like 3 days.
He's on doggy Percocet.
And I was like, he's on, Tramadol, I think is what he was on.
That's literally like the same thing almost.
So they were like, yeah, feed him some green beans. And we fed him green beans for like 2 days. He hadn't had nothing but dog food, mind you. And the whole time that we've been, having him, he ate those green beans like they were like, what is this shit? This is awesome. And then like he had, my mom said, a softball, like basically a rock that he shit out on Thursday morning. Like it was just a rock, basically. But no, man, he's coming back around now. We've got him in the cone of shame. He looks like half of ice cream cone, half of a dog, just so he doesn't lick his stitches. But, on top of that, my fucking roof, my chimney just fell off.
I mean,
Just fell the fuck off.
That's like saying a leaf fell on my perfectly manicured yard for you. Like, money is not an object to you.
Oh, fuck, it is.
Oh, it is. But, I mean, really, in the big scheme of things, it's not.
I got a call. I was already going to take off Friday.
So, how did your butler feel like?
Oh, it scared the shit out of him.
He had to get up there at like midnight or whatever it was.
So
He was like, "Is that Santa Claus, Mr. Mulligan?" No, something happened to the roof.
no, Javier, you get up there and look at it. But senor, it's storming.
I don't give two fucks what it's doing outside.
And you make sure it didn't harm our antenna up there.
You're just like the U.S. mail, Javier. Rain, sleet, or snow, you gonna do what the fuck I say.
Except the only lost package will be your family. You feel me?
You got him up there with one of them fucking roofer's foams. Here, this will make it where you don't fall your ass off.
But
It's wet, Mr. Mulligan. I'm scared. Shut the fuck up. Find out what happened.
no, Thursday, I was already going to take off Friday. It was a long week at work, and I was like, oh, thank God, I'm going to be off tomorrow. I'm going to sleep in. I'm just going to go home and just rest. I ain't doing shit when I get home. 30 minutes before I get off, my wife calls me. Hey, are you where you can get home? And I was thinking, what's going wrong? Who's hurt? Who's sick? What's going on? I was like, well, what's going on? She's like, Michaela, my wife's our cousin, my wife's cousin's wife. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Neighbor. Family, neighbor, friend.
Somebody I see at fucking Christmas.
She calls us. She called Julie and told her, hey, we heard a loud bang. We went and looked around and we noticed your chimney has fell. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, out of all the things you could tell me what has been going wrong, my chimney falling is not what I would think you're going to tell me right now. But, dude, it was gone, like, from the roof level. Like, we got here and there was bricks everywhere still on the roof. So we actually had our roofer came. We don't know what caused it.
I bet Javier was trying to escape. He didn't want to trip them alarms, so he went up. It's the only thing I knew how to do.
It's going to be some shit if, like, I think that roofer looked down in it, but what if somebody was trying to break into my house through the chimney?
Santa Claus, Richard.
You've never heard of those people that do that? They get stuck and
Dude,
need the fire department
your
to
house
come?
is like the Bemis fucking skyscraper. It is almost certain death if you was to climb to the very top of a chimney on this house and then if you was to fall inside that son of a bitch, it's over.
Yeah,
It's over.
Yeah. But I don't know. So, you wouldn't think that the thing would have just. It
And a
wasn't
person like you probably got barbed wire at the end of the chimney anyway. So, I mean,
Javier, put more barbed wire on that chimney.
ain't nobody getting out this son of a bitch.
So we had to call insurance companies. We had to call our roofer because we had to patch it. You know, it's supposed to rain today, so they had to tarp it. And roofer said there was some shingles look like they've gotten damaged pretty good. We just had this roof put on like not even a year ago. It's like, oh fuck, man! Like. And there's like a huge amount of bricks outside. My wife's like, we can keep those. I was like, no, we ain't keeping shit. She was like, no, I can use that
make
to
flower
make,
beds.
Yeah, I can do something with that. I was like, we ain't.
It's like all of a sudden you're a gardener.
yeah,
now.
I was like, that shit will be out there. I was like, they will be gone. I am not keeping any more shit. What do we need this for? So we're hoping insurance adjusters are supposed to come next week and look at it. He told me, he was like, I don't know your policy, but he's like, if I had to guess, the damage that the chimney caused will be covered. Replacing the chimney will not
I'd tell
be.
him, well, you know what, sailor? It sounds like you're shooting from the hip now. Do you not have a laptop available?
Well, he's just the
Look
adjuster.
my policy up, bitch.
Yeah. He said, well, if there's anything different, I'll call you. But he's like, chances are, he's like, your policy's probably going to cover the damage that the chimney caused, but not replacing the chimney.
That's what I don't want out of an insurance adjuster. You know, you take your car to the body shop after you total it or, you know, almost total it. Well, I ain't too much on numbers right now, but I'd stretch it to say that you're going to have to get most of this motherfucker replaced. Open your pocketbook.
But, like I said, he made me feel better because at least some of it's going to be cut. We wasn't going to replace the chimney anyway.
I'm sure you got a deductible or whatever anyway.
We do, but I mean...
And
it's not
aside from
high.
that, it's like kind of like an act of God type thing.
Yeah,
where
it's not a high cost to replace. We were talking about getting vents put on the roof anyways because, as you can tell, in the summertime, it gets hot as balls up here.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sweating right now. I just
Which
didn't want to turn
shouldn't
on
be
the
happening.
air. No.
You're not
should
doing anything.
Should not. Maybe it's a health problem, Josh.
Maybe that BP's going up.
Maybe. But maybe probably.
Is everybody's head hot in here? My head's hot as hell.
I'm just hurting in the kidney region. I don't know why. No, so you know they're going to put in some. Like, we talked to our roofer, and we're like, we put some vents in, so they're going to put vents in, vent the attic a little bit, so maybe that'll help, and then we'll find out how much it's going to cost for the insurance company to kick in and whatnot. And luckily, we got a good roofer who will work with us. He was like, we'll get it fixed, and then we'll just settle up when insurance comes through. But we do have gas logs in that fireplace, and bricks fell down in the fireplace and bent the metal down, and we're going to have that fixed.
I was going to say gas logs like $120 for you.
They're not too expensive.
That's like, you know, a penny.
No, I mean, luckily this happened during the summer and not the winter, because anytime you want to get the chimney worked on, the best time is in the summer, because like Chimney Doctor and some of those places,
Too cold out.
yeah, like they don't mess with like no, like their busy season is the winter. Mm-hmm. Summer they're like dead. So
Right.
like anything you can call them to do, that's like when you get the best prices. So luckily it's like almost start of fall. I'm ready for fall though, aren't you?
I am. I'm tired of sweating my balls off at work. And it's like I go through
Don't
a
be
torn-
that insensitive when you talk to my dog later, by the way.
What?
Sweating my balls off out here, Docker. I'm sorry, Dockers.
I mean, I was sweating my ass off. We all got asses, right?
Well, you got a half of an ass. So you're sweating really, really bad if you're sweating the rest of it off.
I guess so.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm ready for fall. I'm ready for open the windows type of weather. That's my favorite season. Just to open the windows, put a box fan in that son of a bitch, and just hear the neighborhood.
Still got to have a fan, huh?
Yeah.
No.
I'm a fan person, man.
You're a fan of a fan.
I'm a fan. I'm a mark for fans.
I'm a mark for fan.
I'm a fan mark. Well, another thing, Josh, that I'm a mark for is the great deals you'll find over at P3 Radio T.
Oh, man.
tinyurl.com/P3 Radio Tees, the home of the P3 Radio merchandise. And Josh, if they go over to tinyurl.com/P3 Radio Tees, what do they find over there?
Brother man, they're going to find that Ray J Soda Can t-shirt. They're going to see that P3 Radio 80s style t-shirt with the neon shit going on. They're going to see the ECW like t-shirt, the cover art t-shirt, so much more. tinyurl.com/P3RadioTees is your t-shirt hookup.
tinyurl.com/P3RadioTees, the home of P3 Radio merchandise.
Decker, this is Vince Neil. I want to say, keep on rocking, shout the devil, and they do some feel good stuff at big old 4-0, you man.
Got some Motley Crue, Wild Side. Almost said Wild Side with lyrics. This is a Josh Brawley choice today.
Well, you said pick a Motley Crue song.
Yeah. You said Chris Champion had a snake, and you went through this whole history of Memphis wrestling.
No, I said Chris Champion used to have a fucking one of them Memphis promo videos.
Yeah.
You know how Memphis, I believe, was the start of the rock and roll music or whatever kind of music with the wrestling
music videos.
montage.
It was the most famous place for like the wrestling video.
I really
montage.
think that they were the ones that started it.
Kinda
because
started it.
You had Lawler's Bad News in, I think it was 1977, where he had already, like recorded the song and everything, but he played the video on Memphis TV or whatever. I'm Bad News, and it showed him driving in the car, beating people's ass and all that. And but anyways, Chris Champion, whenever he left NWA, he came to Memphis, and he was a wild side Chris Champion. He wore a leather jacket and had a fucking snake and all kind of shit. And that's what I think of when I hear Wild Side. The Motley. You said play a Motley Crue song.
Yeah.
I was like, pick Wild Side. That's awesome. It has that big feel to it too. You know what I mean?
Like Chris Champion and a snake.
Dude.
There ain't no bigger time than Chris Champion and a snake.
Dude, I'm telling you.
I know it's not the same person.
Chris Champion, like
I think of Todd Champion and Firebreaker Chip every time I hear Chris Champion.
No.
I know it's not the same person, but
Chris Champion was awesome.
Yeah.
And, like, at least as a wrestler, he had troubles as a person, but
who don't?
exactly. A lot of people's are under bigger a microscope than others.
Some people
But
have
regardless
ball and
of-
back problems. Some
Regardless
people
of
have
all
asshole
that,
problems and staying sober at home.
He he had a awesome wrestling career or whatever. He was Yoshi Kwan. You remember Yoshi Kwan?
Yep.
All that shit.
The most racist gimmick ever.
Let's get this fucking white redneck from
Yeah.
Tennessee to be a Japanese guy. But
But we played Vince Neil because Vince Neil.
We didn't play Vince
We
Neil.
played Motley Crue because Vince Neil is in the news, Josh, and it's for this is from Loudwire. Loudwire.com says
now this is one of the bigger rock and roll metal type websites now.
yes.
You know what I mean? Like this is like the what would you call this? The fucking nodq.com of rock and roll and metal now.
Raja,
Yeah.
WWF or whatever it was. Vince Neil's attempting to get into better shape for Motley Crue's highly anticipated 2022 stadium tour. Now, it wasn't just a couple weeks ago he backing out of a concert because he just couldn't sing?
He was already on stage. It was in, I think, North Dakota or Wyoming or maybe Montana, one of them fucking weird states.
Right.
And he
Hey, there's more bulls than people here. I'm going to call it quits for tonight.
well, no, they said he played like 2 songs, and he was struggling throughout the first one. And I think it was on song number 2, he was about halfway through, and he said, fuck it, I can't sing right now.
What you going to do? I wanted
He
to
walked
rhyme.
away?
No, he said he was on
He
song
pretty
number
much
2.
said, fuck it.
He was feeling blue, had shit on his shoe.
What's a man to do?
He said, fuck it. How about you?
And he walked away. He walked off stage. Now, this wasn't Motley Crue. This was
Just Vince Neil.
Vince Neil solo thing
Project.
that he's had going on.
the
Hey, Decker, this is Vince Neil. I want to
Experiment.
say,
The Vince Neil experiment.
yeah, what if he called it Hey Decker? I would pop if he named his band Hey Decker.
Oh, no. They're not
Hey
that tuned
Decker.
in. They're not
No.
that tuned in. I
he
guarantee
was like,
you.
that was the best cameo you've ever seen, Decker.
Well, my name's Derek, but either way,
Like, how many people you know named Decker?
I know one now. But either way, he just abandoned the
Yeah.
stage. He walked off, left the band there and all that. And they said he did that because he wasn't going to be able to sing. Like, I don't know what's been going on. But you know how a lot of these older rockers
Well,
that
yeah.
were, your voice, even Tony
Mariah
Schiavone.
Carey.
Tony Schiavone, he's one of he's the main man
So
in
wait.
AEW.
You're telling me one day, the only thing I have, the only thing I have is to be able to stand up there, Josh, and go weighing in at 235 pounds. That's the only thing I get bookings on now. It's the only thing that I'm famous for.
Everything else has failed you.
Yeah.
Your hair, your
Yep,
back,
Yep. My dog's testicles, my chimney,
everything.
everything.
Everything
has failed
about
me.
you. The only thing you got to do is just
Talk. And you're telling me to my face that one day that will dry up as well.
Yes.
Sweet. Sweet. Which way to Lowe's?
I'll go Home Depot. Might get it cheaper. You never know. No,
Price
I'm a
match
Lowe's
must-
man.
Price match it.
I'm a Lowe's man.
Can y'all price match that rope and pulley? Couldn't you?
My wife may or may not bring it back. I don't know what kind of person
What
she's
y'all
going to be
re-
once I die.
What's y'all's return policy for claw marks and blood? In case I freak out when I see God. I mean, but no, Vince Neil is attempting to get into better shape for Motley Crue's and our highly anticipated 2022. This is the part that gets me: stadium tour with Def Leppard.
Yes, sir.
They're still selling out stadiums.
Dude, my wife, she wanted to go to the one that was supposed to be this year
Yeah.
in Nashville. It was going to be Motley Crue, Def Leppard, Poison, and Joan Jett and the Blackhearts.
So they're like very close to doing the Caravan of Stars tour 103.1.
This is literally
Yeah.
like the WWE of the Caravan of Stars tour.
The Caravan of Stars tour, for those of you that are not in Jackson, Tennessee, we have a radio station called 103.1. Cool 103.1.
Whose CD skipped for like I don't know how long. I was going to work the other day. I put it on 103 and it was and then I like before I got to work, I changed the station, put it on something else because obviously I'd want to fucking kill myself if I listened to that the whole time. And I put it on 103 again just to check. So they're not doing shit over there.
No,
I
mean,
swear to you, dude.
it's
look,
the best of the
hand to God. About 3-4 months ago, I was listening to 103 on the way to work. I don't. You know the guy that talks like this on Cool 103. Cool 103.
Cool 103.
Cool 103.
Yeah.
He was drunk. Seriously.
You got Caravan of Stars 54 coming to your
He was
neighborhood.
either drunk or he was having a stroke.
Yeah, maybe
because
both.
he started stepping over words, he started slurring and everything, and then guess what? He ain't on Cool 103 no more. It was after that day. So either he had a stroke on air or he was drunk.
Got a heavy burtation.
Heavy rotation. Dirty White Boy by Foreigner. Got Hugh Lewis in the news and Lionel Richie coming up on Q. Oh, three. So but
they
it
do
was
the-
skipping and all that, but this is the Caravan of Stars tour for like the mainstream.
Yeah, Caravan of Stars tours where they have like there, no lie, when we were when we were kids, it would be like Cool 103, the hits from the 60s, 70s, 80s, and today, and there was never any today. It was just 50s, 60s, and 70s. You know what I mean?
So now though they play a lot of like 80s and 70s stuff.
Yeah.
mixed
Well,
with
they
just
have to.
a tad bit of 60s stuff.
I can't
like doo-wop
imagine.
and stuff like that. Not like literal doo-wop, but like
Yeah.
the Four Tops and.
I can't
fucking-
imagine 40s music still popular. Like, it's not moving the needle.
I've never heard 40s
Or
music
50s
on anything other than XM.
Even 50s music, you got to think that, that market is slowly
Elvis is
dying
literally
out.
the only thing they play from the 50s.
really now. But yeah, every once in a while they'd be like, "It's the Caravan of Stars tour. You remember all those old motherfuckers that had hits from back in the day? Well, we've got them all crammed into one venue."
They usually get somebody. Look, this is no disrespect to these bands, but like they get the former lead singer of the Hollies,
Yeah.
and fucking like all this other
What
weird
was it?
shit.
Little Darling. Who was the
Little Darling?
The little darling. I
want to tell you.
They'll have those people
Little
there.
Darling.
It's like the person that sang Tequila.
They had him. They had him a few years ago.
Yeah, I can't remember who it is, but yeah.
Bum, 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 bum,
I felt like that wasn't like getting their money's worth. They could have just said that they had the guy and just had an older guy.
They'd have
just
like
go,
one
Tequila.
Oh, just say it was him, not even him.
Yeah. He looks a lot fatter and younger than he did. I think that's Richard Lee. I'm making 120 for this gig. Shut up, Grandma. But yeah, they're Def Leppard going on tour. The reason why he's being brought up is because Josh.
Not Def Leppard, Motley Crue. I mean, he's going on tour with Def Leppard.
Yeah, Def Leppard. The reason why Vince Neil's getting brought up is because he's trying to get in better shape. Josh, and what would you think if I said, "Hey, Vince Neil's trying to get in better shape"? What's he probably doing?
I say he would be doing like he'd go to Billy Blanks and then he would do Tybo.
Yeah, okay.
And he would get
Yep.
in shape, get them abs crunching up.
What are some other things he might do?
Slim Fast? Time of the
Yeah, diet and exercise program. The headline. Motley,
Definitely exercise.
yes. Motley Crue's Vince Neil undergoes fat-burning treatment to prepare for tour.
That's the most Hollywood fuckhead thing that you could ever
do some setups?
And
Fuck.
look, what's fucked up about this picture that you're showing me?
Uh-huh.
It's a
Oh, this is a
video
video.
still, but he's in a yoga studio.
Okay, now look.
with puppies attacking him.
He is working out. Okay. That's
So,
the worst crunches I've ever seen in my life.
Why is
But
he
he's got
working
Yorkies
out,
like
kissing his
Well
face?
over 10,000 crunches right now. This thing is killing it.
Pause it.
really is.
Okay.
It's,
So
he's got one
bragging.
of those belts on. That,
He's bragging about, oh, I'm over 10,000 crunches right now. And you hear this ticking like a fucking Chevy motor.
he's got one of those ab belts on.
And he's considering himself, he's like saying, I've done 10,000 crunches.
Yeah.
I'm just laying here. That's the most Hollywood bullshit
Yeah.
you could ever
I mean,
hear.
if it works, I'll do it. You know.
Well, give me the fucking belt.
Yeah.
Like, put the belt on me.
oh boy.
Rewind that.
I don't think I can. There's no way to rewind it.
It's amazing how this gets you strong quick.
So it's getting you strong while you're doing it?
Yes. So it's conditioning your muscles.
It looks like he's got an old-fashioned phone booth.
Okay.
Attached
This
to his
motherfucker
stomach.
is in a hospital bed in a residential area. Like, he's got curtains and shit, like at his house. He's got an old antique cabinet sitting in front of him. It looks like a fucking horror movie.
It looks
setup,
like he's
to be
about to
honest.
give birth with a telephone strapped to his stomach.
It looks like somebody in a fucking bath gown's gonna come claiming to be a doctor and like, yes, you're stuck here forever. You're in
Before
my
this
basement."
man gives the birth to Satan, we've got to electrocute it with this phone thing. It looks like the phone from Weird Science is on his stomach. You know, the one they put on the modem.
This is fucked up.
Yeah. Woo, boy.
You got to get that on a sound drive.
And they're happy enough about. He's only been on it for like, okay.
Whoa, yeah, kickstart my ass, make him go away.
Make him come back, yeah.
No, he's gonna make him come back with them donuts and shit he's gonna be eating.
I tell you, I didn't do nothing but drink vodka and eat donuts, and now I got this six-pack. All I had to do is spend all my free time
Wearing a fucking belt, being on a hospital bed.
Vince Neil has been touring solo throughout the summer, receiving
we
mixed
heard.
reviews for his singing along the way. Neil cut his first concert since the pandemic short after blowing out his voice on stage in Iowa.
So it was Iowa.
Yeah.
They're all the same.
Yeah, and all one big corn producing facility.
One big cornfield
Yeah.
up there.
Sorry to anybody that listens
Hey,
from Iowa.
for real, they'll whip your ass in
Yeah.
Iowa like they're all wrestlers. They'll fuck you up.
You would be too. That's all they got.
Right.
I'll
Corn
shove
in
that corn cob up your ass if you think you're man enough.
Yeah, don't go to Iowa fucking talking shit. You'll get your ass whipped.
When you find somebody, it's kind of like Nebraska. When you find a person, don't fuck with them. You fuck with the cows all you want, but not a man.
I'm talking about a fucking 5-year-old to fucking waist lock you and fucking give you a suplex. Like,
So the stadium tour kicks off in June in Atlanta, Josh. June 16th.
that was supposed to be August.
This year?
This year.
So they pushed it back so he can.
Which is good because...
What's the over-under that all the members are alive and well when the show starts?
I don't want to say that out loud.
I don't wish Vince Neil
That's
bad.
what I was thinking whenever I seen that they had postponed all the dates.
Yeah.
My wife, she was like, "Oh, I want to go so bad," and I want to go too because I've never seen any of these people live before. And like Poison, they were like the first band that I ever had like posters on the wall for.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like even
my first poster was Pamela Anderson.
Even before Guns N' Roses, man. Like Poison, they were my thing. Like, I loved them. And I've never seen any of them live.
Are you banking on this to make it a full year?
Keep on rocking, shout the devil, and do some feel good stuff in big old 4-0, you man.
So I'm banking that he's trying to get himself in shape.
Yeah.
And hopefully working on his voice and whatever he's got to do. Like, I don't know what the fuck you do at that point. But hopefully.
Well, good luck to him. That's what I can say. Good. I wish him well.
I want to see him in Nashville because I guarantee you my wife's going to want to go.
You want to see him and not a picture on the Tron that says in memoriam.
I don't want to have that guy that they had in 95 like replace for that one album. I don't want
Let's bring up that little Indian feller that sings for
No. I know what you're thinking about.
You're
thinking of Jared. He's from the Philippines.
Hey, Dakar. Do some big stuff in Big 4-0, young man. Like they're like trying to tell him that's not a positive point of his career.
He
Please
can't
stop
talk
that.
English for shit, but he can sing "Oh Sherry" like nobody's fucking business. I love that song.
Yo soy Eddie Vedder. No, what was it?
Sherry, I love.
Ellen did a thing on him, I think, or Oprah. Somebody did. Well, Josh, we were talking about it just a minute ago. What are we ready for? We're ready for fall. Well, with fall brings football season, Josh. Have you heard about this story? Have you heard about Bishop Sycamore?
It sounds like a street on the east side of town.
So Bishop Sycamore was a high school that lied their way into getting played on ESPN. You know, ESPN.
I have seen like some news clippings about that, but I haven't clicked on them.
So ESPN will pick a high school game that they think is going to be like a good
exciting
one. Yeah, and they'll show it, like especially if you got some like
recruits.
Somebody in the national top 100 recruit. Well, during the second quarter of its 58-0 drubbing by IMG Academy, which Bishop Academy lied to get on ESPN, and then they lost. In the second quarter, they were down 58-0. During the second quarter, Bishop Sycamore got the attention it sought with the team down 30-0. ESPN announcer implied Bishop Sycamore lied in order to get on television. So
they didn't have any they didn't know for sure. Yeah. They're just saying that.
So this is from Yahoo Sports. Since then, the sports world has been desperate to discover what is Bishop Sycamore and how did the school scam ESPN into airing one of its games. Digging too deep into this situation only invites more questions. Some are answerable, others led down more complicated roads. Here's everything we currently know about Bishop Sycamore. Why is Bishop Sycamore a big story? Bishop Sycamore entered the public's consciousness during the 58-0 blowout loss to IMG Academy. During the contest, ESPN announcer said they had lied to the network and told them they had multiple top recruits.
Isn't that verifiable?
ESPN could not verify that, leading the announcers to imply the network was duped.
So somebody just took somebody's word. And that's it.
Like you said, the information should be easy to verify, right? Hypothetically, yes. There are websites like Rivals.com dedicated to high school athletes and college recruiting. If Bishop Sycamore really had a number of Division prospects on their team, Division I prospects, those players should have appeared when you entered the school's name into the website.
But because of COVID and other restrictions and blah, 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 ESPN editors are fucking astray. So nobody did their job, and they let this jabroni-ass team on national television.
So they say that's
right.
Yeah,
Is that what happened?
So they're saying when they go to Max Preps or some of those, they don't see anything about the school. And they say, well, that's odd. What about the school's website? It currently takes you to a bare page with a nondescript picture of a football player and the message, "It seems we can't find what you're looking for. Perhaps searching can help." Yeah, that's all you get
So
right now.
here's my first step. If ESPN is my thing and I'm pissed off, I'm figuring out who cleared these motherfuckers in the first place.
Yeah.
You're gone.
Yeah.
You're sucking dick on
so,
the corner.
So Yahoo Sports is question is what? Yeah, that's all you get now. A few days ago, the site was more fleshed out. The site shows a banner with a logo for the school at the top, sections labeled About Us and Staff and Schedule. Both the staff and the About Us tabs were blank. You haven't mentioned the school yet. That's what Yahoo says. That's because there might not be one. The website makes no mention of classes or teachers or alumni or pretty much anything you might expect from a real high school website. Additionally, Bishop Sycamore was not listed as a charter school for 2021-2022 by the Ohio Department of Education, according to the USA Today Sports. What was you going to say?
That begs the question. Who the fuck was playing on that game?
Yeah.
Was it a bunch of...
Well, we're going to get there. Where is Bishop Sycamore located? The address is not known. Bishop Sycamore, which has been described as an online-only charter school, currently lists a P.O. box as its address. It does this to protect its students who were reportedly harassed before the COVID-19 pandemic. Yeah, somebody said they looked up the school and they found like just an empty building. Doesn't that entire prior to COVID, the design of it is they go into the building.
So
they have their
that doesn't
computers.
sound
they
like
sit
they're
down,
a school at all.
They
can't
sit
even
down,
speak English.
They do their classes. We have some adults that are there that monitor what they do, Peterson said. And this says, doesn't that entire quote sound extremely weird and suspicious? It does. It makes things even more weird.
We got some adults
that are watching them. Apparently, this school had like junior college kids on it. The team. Some former like a lot of like a few JUCO kids, like a few adults.
I almost spit my drink out when you were saying that. I only caught the first part.
No, a few junior college JUCO kids.
Oh, okay, there you go. I thought you were fucking being anti-Semitic,
dude.
Right
they had 2 other games scheduled with other high schools that they canceled. Like
grown men whooping up on them boys.
They weren't whooped. They were getting beat like 58-0. They got routed by this team, which you would imagine, you know. But I mean, they talk about that. There's that 30 for 30 on the hockey owner, the guy who bought. Was it the Islanders? The New York Islanders. They had a documentary about this guy. It was a 30 for 30 about this guy that bought the team and didn't have any money. Like somehow he duped a lot of people, and then they
he used somebody else's money.
Yeah, well, no. Like he didn't have any money altogether. Like it's a good. I'd have to say I don't know exactly where to find it, but when you do, it's on 30 for 30.
I would say ESPN.
ESPN 30 for 30. If you have ESPN Plus, go over there and get that. And watch the 30 for 30. It's a guy that looks like a cowboy. And I think he told everybody his money came from Big Oil. And the more and more, like, he started writing checks that wouldn't cash.
Paul Edom. Swear to God, the money will be there next Friday.
Yeah, that's what he was doing. And, like, he bought an entire franchise. And then they finally had to sue him or something and get it back and take him to court. And, like, he didn't have any of the money he said he did. It's like, this screams that story. In this day and age, though, you had to think ESPN was like, well, we can't verify anything, but that makes it even better if they fooled us because, hey, then we can talk about this tomorrow on, Sports Center. It gives us something to talk about.
I guess.
Because, I mean, how much high school football is it's not Texas, it's Ohio. You know what I mean? Like, how much of that, like Texas, they fill up college stadiums for football.
Yeah.
So how much of this is going to bring eyes to them high school football-wise anyways? But if
they're not a high school, so it doesn't matter.
Just a bunch of Al Bundys out there.
Yeah, that's all it is. People like you and me, well, I'd like to play a quarter or two. I think I can hack it. Then you go out there looking like Buddy Hackett.
All right, you brought some stories. Let's get those in before we get out of here, Josh.
So this headline.
I didn't mean that to be as shitty as it sounded. All right, just so it doesn't sound that way.
Yeah, I'm done talking about mine. All my tabs are done.
In then, I guess.
Let's get all your shit in now. I guess I was a little show heavy the last couple of times.
No. These are all new stuff.
Well, yeah, it's new to them. Never heard us talk about it. Either way, this headline just everything that's been going on now with the way the world is, the way social
people
media,
killing, people dying,
yeah,
children hurt,
the way social media is right now. And then I see this headline: the Chinese Communist Party bans sissy men quotations to save revolutionary culture. So, where some people are being ultra inclusive and whatnot. Where'd that article go? You're fucking me up here with.
I was trying to help you. Hold on. If ever this was a, damn it, where's it at?
This asshole punched the wrong buttons, man.
This asshole fucked these words up, man. I mean, he's got words that he don't even need.
I didn't mean that one. I was looking for the other one. Hold on.
Whatever you got to do, you do the motherfucking shit. The motherfucker, hey.
It's here somewhere.
Oh, my God. We're this dead air for this fucking sound drop. What are we doing?
Where is it?
What kind of outfit are we running here?
Here it is. It was the only one colored a different color.
Fuck you. I'm trying to help you, motherfucker.
Well, there you go. After 20 seconds. Appreciate it. Oh.
Shit!
Am I supposed to be this red?
Why aren't we giving kids a trip to Smuggler's Notch?
They were smuggling in adults for that fucking high school football game.
When R. Kelly found out that it wasn't real kids on the team, he said,
Yo, killing me with this.
That's a reach. I'm sorry.
Oh, my God. Look.
The joke I sent you?
No, we're going to have to fucking have an R. Kelly episode.
Yeah.
Like a whole thing, because I've been seeing so many different things that like people have been saying in court and stuff.
Did you hear that he was going to be a big-time hockey player?
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
He didn't make it, though, because he never wanted to score after the first period.
Yo, killing me with this.
I think we got an R. Kelly thing up here.
We do.
But there's a couple more that I want to talk about as well. But this one, the Chinese government banned what they call sissy men from television Thursday. And
wow, all of television.
The whole goddamn thing. And they directed broadcasters to serve the people of China with revolutionary culture. They're going to change. The change is to eliminate what China calls effeminate men from the national spotlight as President XI. How you say that? Xi Jinping? Xi Jinping leads a government campaign. You like that?
Yeah.
Xi Jinping? You got to keep going up with your octaves as you say the name. Leads a government campaign tightening control over society at large in China and reinforcing official views on morality.
Surely a democratic country like China wouldn't have the power to do this, would they?
Hey, it's communism, man. It's
What?
for everybody.
Since when?
It's for everybody but sissy men.
On TV, at least.
Yeah.
You do that shit outside.
Do it in your own household. The requirement reportedly came from the Chinese Communist Party's concerns.
You almost had a hard time saying that word.
There's a lot of C's.
Communist.
Chinese Communist Party's concerns that its pop stars will adapt. It says, oh my. What happened here? Did you drop the did you drop the computer? Hello?
Can you hear?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was getting a little scratchy.
No, like out of nowhere the headset thing fell. Did our shit get overran by the Chinese government?
I think the Chinese government sent a power surge and made you drop some shit.
I didn't do anything. I was sitting right here still and like our
And it
headphone-
dropped.
Yeah, all of that stuff just fell on the ground.
Huh.
I don't know why.
Well,
Yeah.
we're gonna. The Chinese government's good. They're just saying no sissy men.
Like their ideas.
Let's move on to the next one. So the requirement. Fuck that.
So they want their pop stars to be like basically Andrew Dice Clay. Hickory dickory dock.
This chick will suck at my cock.
You know, bop.
Either way, this requirement before the fucking bamboozle shit came, it concerns the pop stars will adopt what is described as the more effeminate trends of South Korea and Japanese singers and actors. So
they don't like the.
They're wanting a fucking Rock Hudson, a solid chin.
They don't want a metrosexual type.
Absolutely not. They want somebody telling dirty jokes and fucking that smokes cigarettes.
Boyd George.
Spits
They don't want
on
Boyd
the goddamn.
George.
No.
They want more Bruce Springsteen, not Boyd George.
I guess. I mean, maybe even wants Kid Rock over Boy George. Bye with the bye. That ain't what he's doing today.
What's he doing today?
Did you hear his whole band got COVID or something?
What?
Yeah. He was like, I didn't get it.
So I'm going to go out there and play myself.
I'm American badass.
On acoustic.
Acapella.
Hear me rock this acoustic guitar.
Ain't JC, but I Rockefeller. Anyways, do you know the my favorite? I know we're just going ADD like my favorite Kid Rock rhyme of all time.
What is that?
A bottle of Jack's got my manager grinning. Yeah, that's me that keeps the turntable spinning. No, that's not it at all.
This asshole fuck these words up, man. I mean, he's got words that he don't even need.
Somewhere Kid Rock's like, I didn't say any of that shit.
I thought of another one.
I tell you what, one of my favorite podcasts misquoted me the other day.
No. Literally. As I'm saying that, I thought of a different one. He said, what was it? The fucking, goddamn. You got me on the spot here.
Is that what he said?
He said, dum diddy dum da dang dang da dum. Two bumps in the alley with a bottle of rum. One bum said, look, Jack, I'm the shit. Put his head to his knees and sucked his own dick. Like, I don't know why, but when I was young, that was the funniest shit I'd ever heard in my life.
What was it? Balls on your mouth?
Balls in your mouth.
Balls in your
He
mouth.
had
Sorry.
Howard Stern on that song.
Did he?
you know that? Balls in your mouth. You want my balls in your mouth.
That was Howard Stern?
That was Howard Stern saying
Does
that.
anybody know what we're talking about?
And that was in like 93, so he was really in tune or whatever. We definitely ain't talking about the Chinese government now that they fucking sent a nuke over here to fuck us, bamboozle us.
knock that headphone jack down. I don't know why they're British.
That's the insolence that are helping them.
I typed balls in
Your
and
jaws. Balls in your jaws.
What is that?
I don't know.
I gotta know what balls in your jaws is. Hold on. I mean, what is this? Balls in your
Balls
jaws.
in your jaws.
Oh, it's a song by who's this?
I don't know who it's by.
Cornell, aka
Look at your.
AKA. He's got a lot of
Pyramid.
ads.
It's Pyramid.
Pyramid.
Disrespect, fun music. Midi West.
A growing and sexy affair.
Stripper anthem, baby. My private detour.
This has over 1 million views.
Can I put my balls in your jaw?
We might have found our new opening song, Josh.
Your dog's silent as a motherfucker right now.
Yeah. No, he can't. He can't put balls anywhere.
You got a long tongue, you can't go wrong. When you see me, you say I turn you on. Always say, if I get a chance, I'm gonna satisfy your needs. I don't got no problem getting on my knees. I don't got no problem, I'm your freak. I don't got no problem getting on my knees. I don't got no problem, I'm your freak. Hitting me up all day. Talking about how she gonna swipe me. She said she just loves swallowing my baby. She started doing me inside.
Rewind that! Please! Rewind it!
Talking about how she gonna swipe me. She said she just loves swallowing my baby. She started doing me inside my Mercedes. She love going up and down. She keep making that sound. Licking it, swallowing, goggling. Can I put my balls in your jaws? Balls in your jaws.
Like a squirrel.
All right, that might be the most fun accidental fun we've ever found on the show.
My jaws are hurting right now. like they had some balls in it. That shits are hurting right now. I'm laughing so much.
There was a comedian talking about like that song.
I love how the Chinese government led to this.
Yes.
You're not gonna make me come too soon.
Oh, man.
Cause I'm gonna make you take your time. Yeah. You keep going up and down. Keep making that sound.
So this guy, he's only got 2,340 subscribers.
No.
2,340 subscribers.
2.34
K.
thousand.
That means thousand.
Yeah.
2,340 subscribers. But somehow he's got 1.1 million views on this video here.
Don't get it twisted. I'll make up my balls in your jaws. Balls in your jaws.
All right, well, that's my favorite new Kid Rock lyric. This is going to be stuck in your head all week, ain't it?
Oh, no.
Balls in your jaws.
Not tonight. It's still in my head.
Wow, wow.
Well, well.
Incredible, baby.
I can't stop listening.
Her head game. Incredible, baby. She pop off at the mic. She pop off at the mic.
Can we listen to Kid Rock, Balls in Your Mouth now?
Yeah. You put it
What
in.
we were trying to do in the first place.
Can't I put my balls in your jaws? It's more of a physics problem, really.
I don't even fear that the government will ever find us a threat, because if they tried to follow us, they'd get just discouraged by all our fucking ADD-ness. Kid Rock with no K.
Well, my keyboard's not working right. This was the Balls in Your Mouth song. So a huge departure from nowadays, huh?
Man, this was the shit back in the day.
This was
what, to the beat.
93?
Yep. Lick the lips and started talking that porno shit.
She said, look here, I know you Kid Rock. Then whispered in my ear, I want to swallow your cock.
Well, my word.
Blow me down, 'cause I think I just found the biggest freak in town. And now I can't wait to
I just remember you have that CD or something, or a tape.
I had this exact CD.
Balls in your mouth.
You want my balls in your mouth.
Howard Stern.
Huh. So they didn't just take that from the...
They stole that from a radio.
Okay, yeah. Huh. I was like, for a minute there, I thought you were saying he did it like a cameo.
No. They just stole
They
it.
just, they just lifted it. Kind of like what we're doing now.
Right. Same thing, Rich Lake.
We're third generation ripping off Howard Stern and Kid Rock. It's a circle of life.
But I think it's like over 25 years old, so isn't it fair game?
I don't
or
know.
Is
I
it
don't
75?
I don't know.
Did you know the original Frankenstein and Dracula movies are like fair game? You could sell T-shirts. You could sell Frankenstein T-shirts.
I could.
You could sell Dracula T-shirts.
Well,
And
yeah,
it's
that's
all legal.
That it becomes public domain at that point.
Exactly.
And I think that was what the big gripe against Disney is, because Disney tried to like
Fight
scoop
it.
up those,
Yeah.
and yeah.
Oh, they're trying to.
No,
take
that's basically
the,
what
yeah,
they've
yeah,
done.
yeah.
Like Snow White, even Frozen is not a story that they created. It's an old
Right.
It's like a take off an old story.
Right.
So like I don't think they had any like original content, to be honest with you. I think most of their stuff was just retold stories.
Yeah, they just like all of the cartoons and shit that they had. They just had them made or whatever, but it was based off of other shit.
Like old characters,
Yeah.
like Snow White and Sleeping Beauty and all that stuff. Just old folk tales.
So either way, after our ball expedition, man, this show title is gonna have to have something balls. There you go.
No,
that's the title.
No, I don't.
Balls in your jaws. So the Communist China Party fears that such a radiant shift would emasculate China's young men. They're thinking that they're going to have a revolution.
Where people are just going to deball themselves.
They're just going like, God damn, I've got the largest nuts in the world. I'm going to be the manliest man of all time. I'm going to spit on the sidewalk, God damn it, and I'm going to tell women where their place is. That's what
Little Miss Muffet sat on a tuffet.
They're like, look, I'm going to work. I expect dinner cooked when I get home.
Right.
They're trying to go back to the 50s over here in China. Look, whatever, a government regulator said that broadcasters are required to put an end to the sissy man and other abnormal aesthetics, according to the Associated Press. So when a regime as big as China, like I said, in this day and age, they start making these big mass orders and stuff. Because when you're in China, then what are you going to do?
Yeah,
Are you going to fucking protest?
Good luck with that.
Try that and see how that works.
The protester was
try the
greeted
fucking head.
Don't worry, he'll get the help he needs.
Yeah, him and his family too.
Yeah,
but
they've reformed. They're a new member of society now.
I just, the way that our system works, what I mean by our system, I mean the internet and the way people communicate and stuff, like our life wavelength,
our society.
Yeah, when I say our society, I mean people that you interact with on the line and stuff. It's almost like the notion that everything's the same. Mm-hmm. All the expectations are the same.
Yeah, you just assume everybody's living the same way we are.
You treat people with the same respect, and whether you're a man or a woman, whatever, do whatever the fuck you want to do, and then you see stuff like this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, hey, I feel like, if somebody wants to be I don't feel like...
Well, I'm glad you paused before you said that.
Well, no, I seriously, I don't feel like that it should be pushed either way.
Right.
I don't feel like that, whoever, the sissy men, in quotations, that, China's trying to ban, whoever's telling them to be like that, or if they feel like they should naturally be that way, I don't feel like that should be pushed. No more than I think that masculinity and
should be a good mix.
Slap your wife, and if she don't got the laundry done when you get home from work.
Well, that's never okay.
You know what I mean?
But yeah,
that type of masculinity and stuff as well. I don't know, man. It feels like when you start diddling with society and trying to control people,
right?
It's going to backfire.
I think you need both, and I think you need to be able to mock both. You know what I mean?
You have to have everybody.
You have to have everybody, and you have to be able to mock everybody.
Yeah.
And as soon as you say, "Hey, we can't mock them, but we can mock this,"
right? You're asking for trouble.
You're asking for trouble, and I feel like we've kind of done that as a society.
We have done that as a society, but China should look at us and realize what's going on.
Yeah, they shouldn't go the direct opposite of us. They should go, hey, how about we just leave it all open?
Because
but we're asking a lot from a communist country.
Yeah, but whenever you say, hey, these type of people can be on the news and television, but not these type of people.
Well, you're basically creating a revolution from the other side.
Right. It's not good.
No.
It's mind games. It's just like Mick Foley and motherfucking Shawn Michaels. It's mind games. And that's not good.
Well, Josh, I think you've said your piece. You can get off that soapbox now. And we're going to both get off our soapboxes and go hang out for a little while.
Hopefully our knees don't give out.
But if they want to follow us on social media, Josh, how do they do that?
On Twitter, we are at P3 Radio, the number 1. Look on Facebook, put in that search bar Pop Poncho, Poncho. You will see our photo. and 731-300-6675. That's our number if you want to holler at us, bitch.
Well, that's going to do it for us. For Josh Brawley, this is Rich Mulligan saying thanks for listening and good night.